Hello. Oh shit, I have my seatbelt up. Oh, I shouldn't swear. Okay. It is the 7th of April, 2026. I just got to my girlfriend's house. She just walked in. We came from sushi last night. Tonight, we just had dinner at Yukai, the most goated sushi place. And anyways, we are here for another video journal. I haven't recorded a video journal in a minute. I think it's been 3 days maybe that I haven't recorded, and I've had enough. Like I was sitting here driving back and I was thinking to myself, like, this is incredible. I can't drop this. Incredible in a bad way. Like, it's incredible that I haven't recorded a video journal. I'm disappointed in myself, but also in a way I'm proud of myself that, you know, I'm doing this. I'm not gonna lie, losing the camera was kind of heavy on me, heavy on my heart. I know I said some things that made it sound like it wasn't that big of a deal. I don't want to ever sound avoidant or like I am trying to push aside an issue. I'm not. I know these issues exist, or I know reality is a certain way. What I do strongly believe is that our perspective can shape that reality, and the thoughts that we nurture in our brains can in turn nurture that reality and can shape that reality. As I say so many times, perspective shift reality. So that might come across as avoidant if I'm saying like, oh, but this actually could be beneficial or whatever in the long run. I'm not doing that, like, on purpose. Again, I'm not trying to sound avoidant. However, it has impacted me. I mean, every single time I get into our garage, I look around to see if maybe I'll find the camera. And I already searched the garage thoroughly, but it's just this like this feeling. You ever know when when you're in the kitchen, sometimes you open the cabinets or sometimes you open the fridge, even though you know nothing has changed in there, but maybe something has magically appeared there while you were gone or whatever, or the last time you checked. That's kind of the feeling I have, and I have this feeling of longing, this nostalgia. In Portuguese we call it saudade. I have a deep saudade for that camera. Muita saudade. It's rough. I mean, I'm gonna get a new one. I'm gonna get an A7C II this time. I'm actually gonna upgrade. So that might as well, if I lost something, I might as well get a better version of it. Like, use this as an excuse to upgrade my camera. This one will be able to shoot 4K and 60 FPS, I believe, which is the biggest issue I had with the previous one. But still sad. It's also kind of frustrating that I lost it the way I did. I mean, what an idiot. What an absolute buffoon that I did what I did. But these things just happen. And ultimately, there's nothing I can do to go back in time. All I can do... The thing is, every single time I walked around with that camera, every single time I traveled around with that camera or whatever, and I had it on me, I would always put it around my neck and hold it, like, close to my chest, because I never wanted to lose it. I never wanted to hurt it. To some, this may sound really silly. I'm talking about, like, an object. I'm talking about, a camera. My phone is a camera. That camera wasn't even like cinema standard or whatever you want to call it. It wasn't like even that crazy. But to me, that camera symbolized a lot. That camera, besides my guitar now, is, I guess, my only, or my truest, my deepest avenue, my longest term avenue into any form of artistic self-expression. I see video and photography a little less, but mostly video as... I apologize, I had to delete some stuff off my phone to clear up some storage space. Anyways, where was I? That camera, to me, is a way to immortalize my experiences, which I see... Oh my... Okay, let's try again. That camera is a way for me to immortalize my experiences, which I have a strong affinity or predisposition for. This is part of the reason why I also journal so intensely. I think because I've lost so much of my old self, I've lost so much of my previous selves. I've lost this connection that I had to old Lorenzo, to any old versions of Lorenzo. I mean, we have to discuss multiple people theory and how all of that relates to me in a future video journal, but I have a strong, strong, strong desire to immortalize myself. Not online or digital internet footprint or whatever, but just have a record of me. Because I fear to lose the person I currently am in the future too. So that's another big driver of me. That's the second one. And the third one is, third and fourth, I love creating. Whether through writing, through programming, or through video and photos. I love creating content. I love just creating. Creating. I don't know how else to describe it. This life-generating desire of mine. So that's another reason I love the camera. And fourth of all, I love the way it makes me think. With the camera, I look at the world in a more intentional way. Especially when taking pictures. I don't do that as much anymore because I don't take pictures as much anymore. But even video, I believe I live so much more in the present because I think how can I communicate whatever I'm feeling to a camera? Not through words necessarily, but through visuals. How can I visually communicate what I'm feeling? And that makes me more aware of my my feelings, but also why they are the way that they are, if that makes sense. How can I structure something to mimic these? To mimic something, you have to understand it deeply. Secondly, the second part of that living in the moment thing is I look around more with I guess an eye for beauty. I think of the way something is framed, the colors of something, the shape of its silhouette, the warmth. Okay, colors, and I just described shape again. The movement of whatever's in front of my eyes. That's a weird way to say composition, but there's all of these characteristics become so prevalent to me, and there's so many that are ineffable, right? Just the feeling of an image, and this might sound like pretentious or whatever, but these all make me enjoy the moment so much more because of what it does to my eyes, my perception of the world. So of course this is all mimicked, or this can all be replicated through no camera. The immortalization, I saw my phone. Like, I don't need the camera, but I think the camera, the object, was my way of doing all of those things. So I think that's another big reason I was so sad about that. But I don't want to keep beating this dead horse. I'll get a new one. But it's just important to understand why you're feeling, and also think about your feelings at least a little bit, and deal with your feelings a little bit. Now, we want to avoid rumination, venting, stuff like that. But I think at least what I've discussed and putting into words has helped me kind of understand my feelings, which kind of helps me deal with them a little bit better. Anyways, that's the camera stuff. What else have I been up to? I've been programming a lot. Oh my gosh, man, I'm so glad I'm doing this video journal. Okay, so about 2 days ago, I was feeling the biggest slump I've had with a zombie game that I've been working on. It started really in the Algarve, but man, oh man, it hit. As soon as I finished that pathfinding algorithm, I kind of felt this feeling of, oh my god, there's a mouse! Oh, I can't show the house because I'm not going to dox my girlfriend like that. There's a mouse. I just saw a mouse, like a white mouse. Big white mouse. It was kind of like a rat, maybe. Run along the fence. That was a Coraline-ass moment, dude. We're going to get swept into a parallel button dimension? Probably not. Hopefully not. Okay, lock in. I haven't felt this energy since I recorded the last video journal. I'm so glad I'm doing this. My girlfriend asked me, as we were driving here, like, why do you feel this like massive commitment to record these video journals? One was because I said this is a commitment. So I'm tired of Lorenzo being a man who only chases his pleasures, who only chases whatever he feels will maximize his experience in the short run, Despite knowing sometimes you have to endure some pain, some suffering, not even some pain or suffering, but some fucking annoyings. Okay, sorry for swearing, but some like, oh, kind of have to do this right now. Yeah, it's annoying sometimes, but you're a big boy and you grow up and you know that in the long run, this will maximize your experience. Remember why you do this in the first place. That I didn't tell her that. I just said because whatever. I simplified that, but I said this commitment, I'm gonna stick to it. Yes, sometimes I might miss it, sometimes we fail, but what matters the most is that we whip out the fucking phone, you whip your dick out, and you keep recording. Whatever. I'm standing by what I just said. It's important, man. It's important to have follow through, to have conviction in the things that you do, because otherwise, what is life worth? What is life worth if you can't even tell yourself what you're gonna do and then follow through on that? Anyways, enough of that. I also like talking. It's a way to practice my articulation, practice the way I speak, and I'm repeating myself again, which is something I'm trying to avoid. But this meta commentary on the repetition isn't helping. It's not making me a more effective communicator. But anyways, that's kind of why I make these video journals. But anyways, going back to it, I've said anyways so many times. More meta commentary. Let's go. Oh my flipping dude, I am feeling a little chunky monkey. Okay, I'm not gonna show you. Wow, my arm looks so small in this shirt and on this camera. It's the angle. I stopped recording by accident. We're gonna lock in. We're gonna push forward. And we're gonna stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused. Anyways, where was I? I've been feeling very chunky. I don't know if you can tell my face. My beard is super long, so it's kind of not a good way to show it. But I'm getting some more face fat. I'm not happy with it. I've also been missing the gym a little bit, but I don't feel bad about it because I've been doing other stuff. But anyways, lock in. What am I locking into? I'm just talking about my feelings, expressing my thoughts, discussing what's been happening over the past couple of days. There's no need for all this energy. I'm just excited. I'm excited because I know as soon as I stop recording this video and I go inside, I'm gonna have some popcorn waiting for me and a little bit of gluten-free snacks. And I say that as I'm complaining about my fatness. I have to lock in. I have to shed a little bit of fat. The only problem is the more fat I put on, not the more fat I put on, but up to a level, and I think I found the extent. I think I went over the line a little bit, but up to a certain extent, I kept putting on a little bit more fat. And every time I went to the gym, or every time my girlfriend saw me, it's like, oh my God, you look big. And every time I looked in the gym, in the mirror, not that I don't normally do, look big. Okay, just look bigger, look more filled out, look more saturated. And every time I looked in the gym mirrors, I saw myself like, this beefcake of a man, this bear standing in front of me. So maybe I'm destined to have a little bit of fluff on me, so I can fill out the shape a little bit. Because I'm a tall guy too, and with a wide frame. So maybe the fluff, a little bit of fluff, never hurt anybody, right? Anyways, so I got a bicep vein, so I think we're chilling like a villain. But my waist, I don't know if you can hear it. A little bit of fluff down there, a little bit of chunk, but I had this lull in the game development process, and it was a big lull. I almost started a new project and abandoned this one, but what's that sound? But when I got back to Lisbon, I was thinking to myself, and I was like, man, this is just so complex. Maybe if I use something like Unity, I wouldn't have to reinvent the wheel so often, and it would help with development. So I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just throw my balls to the wall and see what sticks, right? I was like, I'm gonna download Unity. I'm gonna start a 3D project, and I'm gonna see what I can do in Unity with the stuff that I've been doing so far on the web app. And let me tell you something. Holy bananas. Holy buckets and oranges. I've gone so far in the development process. I mean, it is ridiculous. Redonkulous even. So the lights turn off because of a temper of time or whatever. Absolutely bonkers, absolutely ridiculous. I can't wait to record a devlog. I'm probably going to record one tomorrow because I've almost caught up to everything that I've done so far in the game. Ridiculous. And it's even better. It's insane. I made so many optimizations, so many improvements. Lorenzo, one of the big rules that I have for programming, and actually this rule hasn't crossed the threshold, the barrier from programming to the rest of my mind. It's still isolated in that little compartment, but it's the idea that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. There have been so many people dedicated to their craft for centuries that have dedicated themselves to perfecting a system. And why do I have to create a brand new version of that system when I can just use the system and build on top of it? It doesn't work for things like philosophy necessarily, or I don't know. I'm not going to talk about those fields for this one, but for computer science, it works really, really well. There's patterns of architecture that are just so well and they're so perfectly battle tested and industry standards that it doesn't make sense to try to reinvent the wheel with them. At least for not for the projects that I'm working on, or maybe downstream. But anyways, that's helped so much, and Unity has been actually, I hate to say it, really fun to work with. Really, really, really fun. So hopefully that motivation stays, and hopefully that love stays. Love for the game stays. Anyways, that's Unity done. No, that's it. Basically, not much has happened in the last couple of days. I've reinvigorated my love for the project and for programming. That's what I've been doing for the past couple of days. I need to go back into article writing. I've been taking this camera hit kind of, well, I think all things considered, all things my love and passion considered for that camera, I think I've been taking it well. And yeah, that's kind of why I haven't been recording many video journals, because I've been, I don't know, the camera stuff like really unmotivated me from making these, but I'm back, baby, and we're here to stay. Yeah, it's just hard to record video journals during the day because I'm so locked in on programming, and it's hard to record video journals at night because I'm with my girlfriend, and yeah, I'm having so much fun literally every second of the day, so it's hard to take time out of the day to record these. But maybe this is what I'm gonna start doing every time I come to my girlfriend's house. Just record in the car before going inside. That's a good little step to add to already a habit. It's called habit stacking type shit. Stop swearing. I don't know why I don't want to swear. Why don't I want to swear? Because I think it's a lazy form of communication. I mean, there's other words I can use, and swearing is just like the cheapest form of communication. But isn't efficient communication like good? Don't I want to sometimes use cheap words? I don't know. I've been doing really good on not using filler words anymore. All of my verbiage seems to have intention and weight to it, which I appreciate. Just use a filler word, filler expression. But anyways, that's a filler word. That's gotta be. Anyways, it's gotta be a filler word. Oh my god, a black cat. White mouse, black cat. Am I in the Matrix? I'm psycho myself. Okay. Well, I think we're done. I think this has been enough. My forms look absolutely juicy and stacked. No, but I've been, look at that. See that? That's elbow psoriasis, not to gross you out, caused by gluten. Gluten causes this autoimmune problem I have with my elbows. I mean, my autoimmune gluten problem causes further autoimmune, or maybe it manifests as an autoimmune condition for my elbows, and it causes a little bit of psoriasis, which means I've been consuming some gluten unknowingly, which isn't good. Really not good for me. But anyways, I hope you have a beautiful, tremendously gorgeous, fantastic evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. I love you so much. Thank you for sticking with me, and I promise you'll be seeing a lot more of me soon. Thank you so much. I love you so much, and have the most beautiful, perfect, awesome, fantastic evening, morning, afternoon, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Love you so much. See you tomorrow.